And welcome, everyone, to This Week in the USHL. Bernie Corbett flying solo tonight. Paul McNamara, of course. Where else would Paul McNamara be? He's at another hockey arena tonight. Lucky him. But lucky me to be back here to host This Week in the USHL. Pleasure to be here. And I want to apologize to all concerned about some of our weather glitches the last couple of weeks. I really didn't know what to do with myself today without a midweek storm. I mean, there was no midweek snowstorm. There was no difficult weather to contend with. And the sun was actually in the sky here in beautiful Beantown. Great program lined up tonight. We're going to be talking to a couple of current USHL standouts as well as an alum. And a little bit later on, we invite you to stay with us for Pure Hockey on Campus and an opportunity to hear Jim Montgomery, one of the coaches in the league, and, of course, a great college hockey all-time star in his own right. Race continuing to be tight around the USHL. Dubuque, a team that we're going to be highlighting here in just a moment with one of their standout players, currently leading the Western Conference, has a 3-point lead over Omaha, 4-point bulge over Fargo, with Sioux Falls 9 points in arrears, very tight with Des Moines, Lincoln 3 back with Tri-City, and Sioux City with 38. So, once again, not much separation in that Western Conference. It is very tightly contested, just 14 points separating 8 teams in the West. In the East, Green Bay and Cedar Rapids have a little bit of distance on the competition, with Indiana 6 behind Cedar Rapids, 7 behind Green Bay, and then a bulge of 8 points between Indiana and Muskegon. Team USA is 2 back, then Youngstown 7 back, Waterloo with 29, and Chicago is currently pulling up the rear with 21 points overall. But once again, we have an opportunity to talk to a couple of current players tonight. We're going to be talking to John Gaudreau. John from the Dubuque Fighting Saints, the team leading the Western Conference. Also, Caleb Herbert from the Sioux City Musketeers. And Sioux City is currently in last place in the Western Conference, but would be in the middle of the pack in the Eastern Conference. And he is a native of Bloomington, Minnesota. John, a native of Carneys Point, New Jersey. And then we will follow up with a Minnesotan, Justin Braun. And followers of college hockey would remember Justin Braun as a standout in Hockey East recently with the UMass Amherst. And he has gone on now to play in the San Jose Sharks farm system right out here in Worcester. And he will be a guest with us a little bit later on. Currently, the USHL, the Western Chase has certainly taken up quite a bit of the headlines. The Omaha Lancers had a big week last week, picking up 5 of 6 points in the standings, really made up some ground to move just 3 behind Dubuque in the Western Conference. That is really tightened up at the top. Omaha has earned points now in 7 straight games, 6-0-1, scoring the first goal of the game in 6 of those contests, so nothing like getting off to a good start no matter what league you're in. All 7 of the games also have been against Western Conference foes, thus the fact that the Lancers have made up a good deal of ground at this point. They are actually in the middle of a 10-game stretch within the conference currently. Omaha has 18 wins against Western opponents, the most of any USHL club within their conference. And speaking of the Western Conference and the race for the top between Dubuque and Omaha, our first guest, one of the current stars of the league. He is just 17 years old, from Carneys Point, New Jersey. A diminutive guy at 5'6" and 141 pounds, but that has not stopped him from being one of the smaller guys in the league and one of the younger guys in the league in his first year in the league to be second in scoring in the USHL circuit. 23 goals and 7th overall scoring with 41 points, 23 goals in 37 games played, and is on a pretty good run right now. We always like to talk to a guy with a hot stick. I hope it rubs off in my daily life, that it'll give me a little luck in my pursuits. He is second in the USHL with 6 game winners and has a 4-game point streak in which he has scored 6 points. We want to welcome John Gaudreau. John, pleasure to have you here on This Week in the USHL. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, John, you know, I look at you and my scouting report on you. You're really kind of the prototype for the direction that college hockey is going. I mean, at 5'6", 141 pounds, I know you're committed to Northeastern, and myself being the voice of Boston University hockey for many years and having our biggest rival up the street at Boston College, when I see a guy who's got offensive numbers like yours and you're only 5'6", I just assume you're going to be at Boston College.
Yeah, I really like Northeastern. I like the coaching staff there.
Well, I tell you, I like the coaching staff there too because Albie O'Connell is a very good friend of mine from his days as a Boston University captain. I think you made a great choice having an opportunity to go there and play for Albie and play for Greg Cronin. I'm sure you're going to enjoy Hockey East, and if you enjoy Hockey East as much as you're currently enjoying the USHL, what about your adjustment here? It's been a very smooth transition in your first year in the league.
Oh, yeah, it has. I mean, coming in the league, I wasn't expecting to be playing as well as I did and playing, but I've had a lot of help. Vinny Sapineri, I mean, he's been teaching me a lot of stuff, and Shane Tooth. I mean, they really brought me under their wing and just helped me out a lot.
Well, you got a guy, kind of a rare opportunity to play with a guy who's already been to the college game. As Vinny talked about the speed and the rigors of what you're going to face in Hockey East, has he alluded to that at all in terms of preparing you at the USHL level?
Pardon?
I said as Vinny, the fact that Vinny had an opportunity to play college hockey, he's back in the USHL, that's probably going to bode well for you to help you when you do step back step up to the college level in terms of the speed of the game and making that transition. That's a valuable asset to have a guy that's already been exposed to college hockey.
Yeah, he's helping me out a lot. I mean, he's done a lot for me, and I'm just thankful that he's helping me. He's teaching me so much stuff.
Well, you've had prolific offensive numbers, and also the fact that you're playing on a team that is leading the highly competitive Western Conference and also having an opportunity to play for a real college hockey icon. I remember Jim Montgomery very, very well, his career at the University of Maine. And don't let him kid you, he was one of the greatest college hockey players of all time and played on maybe the greatest college hockey team of all time at Maine. What's the experience been like to play for him and his style, his system, and his demeanor and temperament?
Oh, he's a great coach. I mean, he's not telling us to dump the puck in or anything. I mean, he's telling us to bring the puck in, be creative like I always like to play. And, I mean, I'm just thankful that I got the opportunity to play for him. I mean, he doesn't say that he was one of the better ones in college hockey, but, I mean, it's just really exciting to play for him knowing that he was that good.
Yeah, don't let him kid you. Check out a couple of DVDs and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He was pretty good, John. He played with a guy named Correa, too. I don't know whatever happened to him, but they teamed up and won a national championship together, and were pretty exciting. So be thankful. You're blessed to have an opportunity to have a guy with a resume such as Jim Montgomery, who's also coached at the college level.
Yeah.
And you're a Dubuque team, an expansion club in the Western Conference, but returning to one of the USHL's original cities. What's that experience been like playing in Dubuque? I know that you've had some great crowds there at a brand-new facility.
Yeah. Every night we get about 2,500 to 3,500. And, I mean, even when it's snowing out real bad, I mean, the roads are bad. I mean, they're always there for us, cheering us on, and it just brings our confidence up and helps out a lot. I mean, the fans here are real good with us.
Yeah, you mentioned about the weather conditions. I think it's a testament to the mettle and the fortitude of college hockey fans and junior hockey fans to be coming out during this winter. I assume that you've had probably some difficult travel conditions to attend to there, but I guess probably fortunate that a lot of these storms have been coming midweek and most of the schedules on the weekend. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of our snow's been coming during the week, but I mean, our bus driver, he's doing a good job keeping us safe on the bus. So
that's not to be trifled with. That's pretty important. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And also opportunity to do a little bit of community bonding recently. You got a chance to play the game the natural way and play an outdoor scrimmage in Dubuque. What was that like to open that particular scrimmage up to the public?
It was cold. I mean, we didn't have many people there. I mean, about 100 or 200. It was still pretty good, but it was really cold out. I mean, we were in the middle of a snowstorm. There was already about a foot of snow on the ice already. We had our equipment manager bring out the plow, got it all off, and about halfway through him getting all the snow off, there's about another inch on the ice already because it's snowing so bad. But,
man.
Even with all the snow, it was really fun, and it was a great experience for our team.
And your commitment to Northeastern, you're only 17. Are you committed? I'm just going to assume you're committed to play another year in Dubuque?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so you're still a year away from the college ranks, and a chance for you and your game to grow. Although the fact that you started off with a goal in your first shot in the USHL, it's like hitting a home run your first time up. You really can't get any higher than that, John.
Yeah, it was real exciting. Just happened to get the first shot in, and I think it took a lot of stress off me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good way to, I was going to say get the monkey off your back. There wasn't even any monkey in the room.
Yeah.
Just all of a sudden the red light went on and you're off and running in your USHL career. And
yep.
Very tough conference, very competitive night in and night out. That should be a real dogfight down the stretch with the jockeying for position for the Western Conference playoffs.
Yeah, Omaha's catching up. Fargo's pretty close to us, but we're on a good run right now. We just got to keep playing well and keep playing.
And I'm just curious also, John, where were you playing last year? Were you playing at the midget level last year before going to the USHL?
Yeah, I played for Team Comcast in the Tier 1 Elite League. Okay,
that's right. That's a very strong league, and then made the commitment to the USHL. So you've had some pretty good references there on your resume in terms of hockey. Once again, you were at a very competitive level last season.
Yeah, I was.
And my last question for you, John. I knew a guy named Rob Gaudreau that played for Providence, was an outstanding player. Is he any relation?
Yeah, he's my dad's second cousin, I think, or first cousin.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I think, yeah, he's related to me. I see him every once in a while at the family reunions. So. Well,
I remember. That's what happens when you're old like me, and I can remember Rob when Rob was playing for Providence. And don't let him kid you either if you talk to him. He was a pretty good player himself, so you get some good bloodlines there.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, John. Thanks very much for joining us, and I want to wish you and Dubuque well the rest of the way, and hope to be talking to you again here on This Week in the USHL.
All right. Thanks for having me.
John Gaudreau, one of the youngest, one of the smallest, and one of the most talented and top scorers in the USHL in his rookie season.